What up, Guru Jojo? And I'm doing a 3-month reading for all the zodiac signs. I will be doing this by element. I'm starting with water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. You can relate this to your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, and if you are having curiosities about your love life, maybe you can apply it to your Venus sign if you please, if you wish, if you desire, if you so choose to do so. And I'm going to be using 3 decks, the Blind Spot deck, the Angel Oracles, and the Illuminated Tarot. It's for the next 3 months, so halfway into October, so mid-October, into November, December, just before getting into January of year 2021. So let's get started. Cancer's first, all right? Cancer, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. Let's see what you're not seeing, and maybe something that's very deep in your subconscious that's being expressed. This could be a benefit, but it can also be, sometimes we have too much of a good thing, so then these issues could start to cause us problems in our lives. So Cancer, sun sign, Cancer, moon sign, and rising sign. Oh my gosh, card fell. Alright, whatever, it's fine. Card number 69. So this looks like a chakra a little bit, this card. Like a little bit like the crown chakra or something like that. But let's go ahead and read it. Card number 69. So if you have drawn this sigil in this situation, either you are being gaslit or you are gaslighting yourself. Gaslighting yourself. I said gaslighting. Whatever. If you were gaslighting someone else, you would have drawn sigil number 10 or 73. In order to create any improvement, you have to ungaslight yourself. So to gaslight someone is to convince them that they didn't see what they saw, they didn't hear what they heard, they are ridiculous or insane to feel what they feel, what they perceive is totally inaccurate. So basically, a lot of Cancers, whether it's your sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign, you could be going through situations related to gaslighting. You could attract certain people in your life. These are people that kind of give you compliments possibly and then indirectly take them away, and this causes some sort of confusion. Like, wait, didn't you just say that you felt this way about the circumstance or this way about me, and now suddenly you just decide to switch up? Manipulative tactics to control your own sense of self-worth, which definitely need to be worked on in 2020, because the number 2 life path number wise, that has to do with the number of sense of self-value, and this is doubled up with the 2020 for 2020. So this could be something that you're working on now. Other Cancers, you could be a manipulator in this way. A lot of times this is hurt people because you were gaslit, you never healed from it. Now you have a tendency to gaslight people, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. Angel Oracle card received is the Ego card. So what I'm seeing is that for the next 2 months and a half, okay, a lot of Cancers could be trying to overcome some sort of change that's occurring in their lives. The card reads a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So I'm seeing that people are trying to give you certain things and make you, so there's people behind the scenes possibly trying to increase your sense of self-worth, but also take it away. So it's a very manipulative tactic that could be going on. So there's a constant feeling of destruction that you may need to get used to, which is kind of weird for the zodiac sign of Cancer, being that Cancer is a sign about feeling comfortable, feeling at home, and these things are happening to you. So 8 of Clubs is here. So you definitely have the opportunity and the energy to sort of keep things going in your favor, in a sense, and keep the entertainment, the attention drawn towards you. Motorcycle passed by. I swear, I live on a main road, and it's like, I don't know how loud it came in here, but it was pretty loud here, so I'm assuming that was pretty loud. We got the 8 of Spades as well, and it looks like it's connected to the Justice card in this deck, and then this card wants to come out as well. All right, so that's the 2 of Clubs. So you're definitely more assertive at this time, Cancers. With this Two of Clubs as well as the Eight of Clubs, you're more assertive at this time. You could be coming into relationships with people that also match your assertive vibe in some way. Um, and this is going to help you to, serve your willpower or activate your willpower in a sense. It's almost like as these things are like destructing, it's like you're just like picking up the pieces and just like putting things back together. It's like, ooh, caught that. Cancers are acting like an octopus. That's what I'm seeing. Y'all are acting like octopus. Is it octopi? I don't know. But the sea animal with like 8 hands and stuff, whatever you would call them that they have. That's the vibe I'm getting, because there's a constant destruction, but you're renewing this destruction through your ability to almost be psychically in tune, which is typical of Cancer, and just know that this gaslighting is going on, right? Look at how neat this stuff is. This is a gaslighting card, right? And then you got like a pile of sticks. So you just imagine there being like fire under here, keeping things going. But there's someone or something, okay, that's constantly trying to destroy this. Like almost like a goddamn person who's trying to huff and puff and blow your house down. But you're constantly able to see another direction, right? Kind of with this Two of Wands or Two of Spades. I mean, Two of Clubs that's was pulled to put things, quickly back together, head in a different direction. And justice is here in a sense too, with this 8 of Spades. The only thing is, this card here is connected to something being blocked off. So there could be people around you who feel blocked off from you, or you feel blocked off from another person. At the same time, you may not be seeing certain things clearly in your life. You could be kind of, if you look back, if on my Instagram, I pulled the same card in a different deck. It was the 8 of Swords. It's like there's something that's not clear. All right, something is not clear. And that's the reason why I think this destruction keeps happening. And as things keep destructing in that way, that's when the clarity is going to come. In addition to that, for Cancers, what I'm seeing is that that's what's really going on. It's a constant destruction and renewal process going on in your life that you probably feel. At the same time, it's very important to really tune into your own sense of self, because it's like anything that you feel like is done, it's never really finished. There's always more. There's always more going forward. So a lot of Cancers should never be bored. I'm going to tell you, for the next 2.5 months, boredom should not be a feeling really in your life, because there's always something to do. Because this ego card on the lowest scale is, you could look at this as, oh my gosh, I don't have a handle over things seem to be completely out of my control. No, things that you're doing, they seem to be very temporary, almost like a freelance artist. You got hired for something for a couple of months, and now it's over, and you need to always have something else to do. A next endeavor to get into. That's looking at this card in a more positive vibration. The lower vibration is, you think you're getting into something that's going to be completely stable, and it's not, and you ignore these things, and it ends. And now you have no place to go, no other backup security. So that's what I'm pretty much seeing. The overall bigger picture is, don't allow others to really control your sense of self-worth and value. In year 2020, you should have been focusing a lot on your sense of self-worth and value. And thus, you should be able to put yourself into the right situations and things. If you have been controlled in that way, where people were bringing down your sense of self-worth and value, it's very important to not allow that subconscious pain to trigger onto the way that you treat others. That's pretty much what I'm seeing for this, for Cancers. All right. Boom. Good luck, Cancers. They must have thought I'm dumb. Who knows? I really don't. I really don't. They must have thought I'm dumb. Who knows? I really don't. I really don't. All right, Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising sign. You can also apply it to your Venus sign if you wish. So let's see what you may not be seeing. All right, so card number 2 for Scorpios. Let's see what that's about. So it says self-concept, all right? So if you have drawn the sigil, your blind spot is your desire to see yourself and for other people to see you as a good person. The ego is the singular identity that you call by your name. It is an amalgamation of all the things you identify with, the things you call I, me, or mine. Ego is self-concept. Because we are raised relationally dependent in a society which our survival depends upon each other and has for 1,000 years, the only way for ourself to survive is if we are in the good favor of the rest of the social group. So this makes sense for Scorpio because a lot of times that is what Scorpio is trying to achieve in this lifetime. They are trying to feel a sense of worth and value, and thus they try to connect with others who may be able to add to their value in some way. Let's see what the angel oracle message is for Scorpios. All right, Scorpio. Looks like you got the 5 of Fire, which is similar to 5 of Wands in traditional tarot. So it seems like you're actually competitive at this time. There's something that you want, which Scorpio is the sign of desire. So this makes sense. This should be a comfortable energy. The only thing that's uncomfortable about it is that you may need to be more direct with your desires at this time. It's almost as if all the things that you've been waiting for, you may actually feel like you have to battle for it in some way. And when I say battle, it doesn't have to mean physically. It just means like that you may feel like you may actually have to express yourself a little bit more directly at this time. The card reads competing goals, bothersome details, conflicts with others. All right, so let's see what's going on for Scorpio. First card looks like it's the King of Hearts. Second card looks like it's the 8 of Clubs. I believe Cancer got this as well, so something in common there. And also the 2 of the same damn cards goddamn Cancer got. I mean, those 2 cards at least. Okay. So anyways, it looks like a lot of Scorpios are trying to build their own sense of emotional maturity, and they're becoming more emotionally mature, but they also seem like a lot of Scorpios are interested in an emotionally mature individual. They could be a water sign, or this could be yourself. Maybe a lot of people are interested in you because they feel that you are emotionally mature in some way. It can also be a Cancer or a Pisces person. Now, it looks like, this person may be quite competitive, okay, but in a fun way. And maybe they do a lot of things. And then with the Two of Clubs here, you could be kind of connecting with this type of individual. But for some reason, there's some sort of competition going on. Like other people, maybe this person does a lot of things, so you feel other people are getting away. A lot of Scorpios may be dating somebody that's working with a lot of other people, and this may make them feel uncomfortable. Other Scorpios feel the need to find a way to increase their sense of self-worth and value. You know what I'm saying? You want people to perceive you in a particular manner, and this is just going to require you to possibly put yourself out there to be more competitive. You could be applying for particular job positions and whatnot, and you're competing against a lot of different people with this Five of Wands or Five of Fire in this Oracle deck. Even though I pull like tarot cards or whatever, I'm reading these more in an oracle way, meaning that they're a little bit more positive than normal, but I'm still going to be myself and point out any sort of flaws going on. But in general, the only flaws I'm seeing is in the area of being competitive. Scorpios could be more quiet. They may not be so openly expressive in the way that they in the things that they desire. And so right now, there's a need to almost take more action for the next 2.5 months in being a little bit more direct and assertive in your desires with this Five of Wands or Five of Fire. Balancing that with any sort of long-term goals that you have is going to help you match this vibe that's coming up here, which is the King of Hearts connected to King of Water in traditional tarot, King of Cups in traditional tarot. So whether it be, and this is actually in the Cancer reading I was mentioning the octopus. It kind of looked like there's like an octopus vibe in this card here. But to match this vibe, there's a need for that. There's a need for action, okay? Because there's fire, fire, fire. Meaning that there needs to actually be things seen. There's no air really here, so air is not as significant. There's more so a focus upon the behavior. So people are going to be looking at your behavior, in order to make a decision as it relates to the competition that could be going on. At the same time, other Scorpios could be going through a situation where the people that they live with, the person that they're in relationships with, the people that they're working with, the people that they're friends with, these people are now getting in the way with your true goals and desires at this time. And now what's coming out is that open competition. So you weren't sure at first whether these people were kind of competing against you behind the scenes. It's out there now. It's pretty obvious. Fire, fire, fire shows you the things in the light. Water is more difficult to see. You feel a vibe. Air stuff is being communicated, not seen. Fire, you're seeing these things. So a lot of Scorpios are gaining clarity over the next 2.5 months. You're seeing the truth of people's actions and behaviors and what their intentions are. And now it's time for you to take a direction. And your direction's pretty narrowed down. You're either going here or here. You're stuck. A little bit of indecision, but you're not stagnant. So you may not know whether you want to go here or here, but you're not just sitting there. You're actually doing things, and it's almost like you're just waiting to see like where you're going to end up at. So that's a good thing. Maybe you want to stay low key because you don't want everybody to know what you're doing, because you know that these people are competitive with that Five of Fire. So that's pretty much what I'm seeing for Scorpios over the next 2.5 months. What's going to be going on with you. I hope this is helpful. Peace out. time, moon sign, or rising sign, next 2.5 months, 3 months, whatever way you want to think about it. Alright, let's see what you may not be seeing that you need to you need to know. You need to know about it. Pisces. Alright, Pisces. 34. I read it backwards. Card number 34. Alright. So, kind of reminds me of the Four of Wands in traditional tarot. But let's see what it's about. Card number 34. Card number 34. So, let's see. Running away from emotion. If you have drawn this sigil, you are currently running away from emotion. What you do not see is that an important personal truth is underneath the emotion you are trying to run away from. Chances are that as a child you were not allowed to have certain emotions or to see them as valid. They weren't tolerated or treated if they existed. This means that every time you feel a negative emotion, you're going to respond to it in the way you've been conditioned to respond to it. You are going to deny it, reject it, disown it. Alright, so we get the point pretty much. So some Pisces could just be going through a situation where there's a need for them to be more direct in their emotions. Kind of similar to Scorpio, but it's like Pisces, y'all need to stop escaping your emotions and feelings a little bit. Possibly, maybe balance that out a little bit more with everyday life. You could also be dealing with people who are like this, possibly. Let's see what the Angel Oracle card is. Because Pisces is the sign of phoniness, you know what I'm saying? Like on a lower scale, it's like over-compromisation. And so a lot of times you can feel a certain type of way, but you're like, no, I'm good. You may not be good. Card number 15, the Ego card. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, and negative fear-based thoughts, which is pretty much not like Pisces at all. Pisces really don't focus on material things. Now, you could be a Pisces with some earth sign qualities maybe, or maybe it's just that you're just like, it could just, why am I shuffling the goddamn, I didn't mean to shuffle these cards, I meant to shuffle these cards. You could be dealing with people that have ego issues, or this is concerning you yourself. So let's see what's going on in particular. I'm also seeing that Pisces could have built an ego in the area of actually escaping emotions and feelings. Like that's where their ego is, and maybe they're being forced to not do that as much, and that's where the ego, you know, coming down could be happening. So you got 7 of spades, and we also have this Ace of Clubs. So 7 of spades is connected to the Chariot card, and then we got the Ace of Clubs, so that's connected to like Ace of Wands in the traditional tarot. Then we also have this Jack of Spades. So let's see what's going on with Pisces. I'm seeing that you could be pretty much feeling a sense of confidence in your emotions and feelings at this time. And therefore, you could be asserting that energy out into the public eye. And you could be getting recognized for it. Or it could cause some destruction in your life in some way. But this is a healing processing that you're going in. It's both healing and both growth. It's like healing and a growth in your spiritual expression. And especially with this Ace of Clubs, you're definitely taking action. Pisces are not sitting back and feeling sorry for themselves over the next 2.5 months. Not as much. Definitely taking action, and this action could be quite, it's actually like Pisces could be kind of more quick. Some Pisces, because you got the quickest Jack or the Knight in the deck, Jack of Swords, which in this deck it's Jack of Spades, which it's a swift energy with the Ace of Wands. So you're quickly doing things. I'm seeing swift communication, swift thinking. And it's like you're taking power and control in these areas, like leadership in some way. With the Jack of Spades, this could also indicate, just you're voicing your opinion very openly and assertively. But I'm seeing that it's not really an issue for you. This is actually kind of getting in the way of the egos of others, because you're openly expressing yourself. Okay? The only issue is that you can't be so focused upon certain material things, because these things may not stand up. They may not stand up. A lot of things Pisces have been holding in for years is coming out. It's coming out is what I'm seeing. There's an over-focus on being very intuitive, logical, and communicative. With the purple and blue, pretty much, But this is something that's not only being said, it's being seen with this fire energy here, with the Ace of Clubs. You have a lot of willpower over the next 2.5 months. And the only thing is, it can attract people who may want to communicate with you to voice their opinion. So there could be some, I don't want to say battles going on, but with this, it could just indicate like there could be some debating in some way. But it doesn't look like it's like a problem. It just looks like it's something that's, you're not going to just be able to say some stuff so openly and expect other people not to say something back or something like that, is what I'm seeing. Now, you could be dealing with, I'm seeing there could be a possibility for like a love situation going on. You could be dealing with an air sign person or a fire sign person, just depends. And, you could be more assertive and the other person could be more communicative. Or you're more of a communicative person and this person you're dealing with is more assertive. They could be I'm not really seeing like so much of a twin flame vibe, but I'm seeing that it's somebody that you would be in a relationship with possibly, or someone that you're talking to and connecting with, especially with this Chariot card here. And you're like, you feel confident in going after this kind of relationship. But being in this relationship is going to require you to be able to express your emotions and feelings, because this person actually needs that to understand what to do, So you're going to have to kind of let go of that ego of trying to act like nothing's wrong or you don't feel a certain type of way in this circumstance and that circumstance. That's going to get in the way of building a strong relationship. So that's where the ego thing kind of, comes in. Automatically, when you get in a relationship with somebody, you have to let your guard down anyway. You have to let your guard down anyway. So you have to let down those fears to be able to open up to another person, connect with another person. I think that's all I want to say for the Pisces reading. I just feel like I need to say more than just the fact that, okay, I mean, I'm just like, Pisces could be very laid back and behind the scenes and looking at things from the outside, and it just looks like that's not what's going on at this time. For some reason, you're being more driven to actually be a part of things rather than just looking at things from the outside. And that's what I'm seeing for the next 2.5 months at least. Being like this could help you to receive recognition, connect with other people who are going to help you to be received in a positive light, as well as you could be getting into new relationships. Um, and overall, there is a strengthening in the area of confidence, but this comes with a destruction in what you are already confident in, which is escaping how you truly feel in particular circumstances. And now, with that destruction, learning to gain more confidence in attending to how you truly feel and expressing that out for the world to actually see. And possibly the best way of doing this may be communicatively, um, asserting your opinion. That's what I'm seeing for Pisces. Hope this was helpful.